Hello techies, watch this video very carefully till end because we will be discussing on very important account settings that will be useful for your hands-on journey. In the last video we created an AWS account. That account is called a root user account. The root user account is the primary account that is created when you first set up your AWS account. It has full administrative privileges and can perform any actions on any resources within that AWS account. While the root user account is powerful and necessary for certain administrative tasks, it should be used with caution. The AWS best practices says we should keep the credentials of root account safe and use an IAM user instead for our daily tasks. We will also learn how to create a zero spend budget that will save us from any unexpected huge cost as all the services are not free under the free tier. Setting up a zero spend budget will alert us in case of any charges. So let's jump over to my screen. To create a new user, let's log into AWS console and we will choose this option sign in using root user email and we will give the email ID that we use to create this account and we will enter the password. Now we are logged into the AWS console. Here you can see bunch of services, which is the most popular one and the recently visited ones. From here we can view all services as well. We can also go to the categories, and if from these categories also we can select the services which we want to work on, or we can simply go into the search bar and then search the services which we want. So to create a new user, I want to go into IAM. Now this is the service which provides all the options to create permissions and policies. It also gives us options to create users, user groups and various other things which we will see in this course. For now I just want to create a user, so let's go to user option, create a user, and we'll give the user a name. So I will say IT Tech Sol, and we need to use this user to log in into AWS console. So we need to check this box so that we it gives us permission to log in into the console as well. From here the two options, we need to check. I want to create an IAM user for now, so let's go with this option to create an IAM user, and from auto generated password or custom password. So since this user I am creating for myself, so let me give my custom password directly here instead of after the user is created it will prompt to change the password. I don't want that, so I'm just giving the custom password here and I don't want to change the password from the next sign in, so I'll uncheck this. Now with this options, let's go and click on this next. So it is asking us to add this user to a group, or copy some permissions or attach policies directly. So I'll show you. We can either attach the policies directly, copy permissions also, but best practice is to add any user to a defined group. So in any organization, we have certain groups already created, like for example, admins, data engineers, and this group will have different set of permissions already attached to that group. We simply need to create the user and add that user into a specific group so that it inherits all the properties, all the accesses of that group. So let's just mention that I want to add this user to a group, and let's create a group for now. I will call this group as admin, and only few people like one or two normally has the admin access, so we don't have to give all full permissions to all the users. Just for admins we are giving administrator access, so simply I'll add this administrator access here and I'll create this user group. So admin user group is created. Now let's add this user now to this admin user group that we just now created. I'll hit on next. So everything looks fine here. We'll just create the user. So now this user is created. Let's go to the list of users. So this user, you can see it's created here and it's associated to one group. Okay, let's just click on this. So it shows us to which group it is attached to. It is attached to admin group and it has administrator access attached policy. And permissions also, if you see, our user that we just now created has administrator access. We did not give any access to the user specifically. It is coming from the group called as admin. So this way we can create a new user Now let's do one thing. Let's try to log into this user now using this user ID that we just now created. So I'll just copy this URL from here, and let me just log out from here for now. And let's paste that URL that we just now copied for AWS console. And from this URL, we will give the username. Now you see the account ID is coming with this URL that we used. Already it had the information about account ID, and IAM username I'll give. So I'll give IT Tech Sol as username, and password already we gave, right? So it did not ask us to change the password since we gave that option. Now we are not logging into the root user, instead we are logging into the IAM user. We'll click on sign in. Here you will see that I am logged in into my IAM user now. This is not a root user. We have just created one user, and using that we are now able to log in. If you haven't subscribed yet, click on that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you are updated with the latest updates on this course. Now next thing that we need to do is we need to set up the budget, and for that we need to go into billing and cost management. Let's just go to billing and cost management and see if we can access the billing information and other things in this service using our IAM role that we just now created. So I am logged in using the our new user that we just now created, and let's just check if we are able to check the details for free tier, that the account that we created for free tier. So it says that you don't have permissions right now to check anything for free tier, what services we have used till now, if we are exceeding the quota or not. Those things we cannot check using the IAM user at the moment. Let's also check if we can check the bills and all. So nothing is accessible right now. Even if we want to create the budget, we cannot create it right now. So for that we need to log in into our root user. So here I am logged in into my root user. If you can see, it's my root user. There is no IAM user at the moment. So this is the root user. Now what we have to do is here we need to enable the option to see the billing information. Okay, to enable it, what we have to do is we need to go to your root user and your username, and from there what we have to do is we need to go to the accounts option. In accounts page we need to scroll down, and somewhere near the bottom you will see I am user role and access to billing information is at the moment by default it's deactivated. So any of the IAM user or role will not be able to access your billing information until unless we activate this service from here. So we need to come here to this to accounts, and from account we need to edit this option and activate IAM access to the billing information. Now we have activated using our root user. Now if we go back to our user that we created and we try to access the billing information here, you'll see that we'll be able to use that. Okay, now we can see the billing information here. We can also see the free tier details here, how much quota or what all services we have used and how much we have used. All these options we can see, and we can come here to budgets and we can create the budget. So creating a budget is very important because we don't want to pay anything, right? We are just here to do some free hands-on. For that only we created this free tier account, but not all the services are free. So few of the services they may charge. So better we need to create a budget and get alerts if we exceed that budget. So I'll go into budget section, create a budget, and we need to choose a budget type. So we'll go with a template. This is a already ready to use template that we can use. From here, four options, we will check zero spend budget because we don't want to spend even a single dollar. I don't want to pay anything, right? So let's go ahead and create a zero spend budget. There are other options as well which we can try, but for now we'll have to create this zero spend budget, and I will give name whatever is there already, my zero spend budget, let it be. And email address is important because we want to get the notifications if it exceeds the budget. Okay, so let's give our email ID here, create the budget now. Okay, you will see that the budget will be created here as my zero spend budget. Threshold is right now okay, and by default the budget amount is $1. Now we have created this budget, so we will be safe. If there are any internal charges being applied, we'll come to know, and we can come here and we can check what services is causing this extra cost. Okay, so this is very important. I hope this was useful. Please do these two settings, it's very important before proceeding with any of the hands on. So we'll continue with some other topic in next video. Until then, have a nice day. Bye bye.